And today we're talking about the purpose of making art. Yay! Okay. Alright. You've lost your spark. You don't know why the fuck should you even bother to create or to improve. What's the point? What's the point? We're gonna die anyways. Maybe nobody's ever gonna see my shit. Maybe nobody's ever gonna even like what I do. Maybe it's never gonna be good enough. Alright. Okay. There's gonna be two parts of this commentary. And the first part is art does not have to be for anyone but yourself, bitch. And I'm gonna take you to that saying of, it's not a destination, it's the journey. Because it is, bitch. Because it is, okay? For a lot of you, you might have remembered the time in your life where you used to practice art, and it might not have been good art, but you used to practice it because you enjoyed the process. And that's what I want you to keep in mind. You need to enjoy the process. The brainstorming, the looking up inspiration, the using whatever it is that you bought at the arts and crafts store. Okay? The happiness it brings you when you buy a new fucking sketchbook that you don't need, but you want it, and it brings you happiness, and you're giving into consumerism. Hooray! You know? So that's one thing. And in enjoying the process, I want to bring a couple arguments there. Why should I do it just for enjoyment if nobody's gonna see it? Because you like it, bitch. Because there's nothing else in this world that compares to the feeling of being in the zone and getting that shit from your imagination down onto paper, clay, whatever media it is that you utilize to create. There is no better feeling. None. Nothing compares to that. Nothing at all. The act of creation will bring you a feeling of satisfaction, whether it is good or not, because it is a discharge of pent-up energy, emotions that you need to get out. So one, you're enjoying the process of, and the dopamine of thinking about what it is you want to create. And two, you're enjoying the tension that comes out and sets you free. Okay? A lot of artists create not because necessarily they want to bring something beautiful into the world, but because they feel that they need to discharge that tension inside of them that will not go any other way. So, bitch, it's a self-care act, if you will. And it's also a rebellious act, if you will. In a world that tells you that art means nothing and artists are useless, a hypocritical world at that. Because Hollywood makes a shit ton of money and collectors definitely still invest in art. And people still consume all sources of media. How the fuck do you think that was made? It came from somebody's fucking imagination, bitch. They had an idea and they put it to work. Okay? In a world that still tells you that art is meaningless, you are a rebel. You live for you. You live authentically. You don't need to impress the world. You do it for you because it feels good, because it does something, because it tickles your brain. Whatever that means. Oh my God. Unhinged. So do it because you enjoy buying the supplies. Do it because you enjoyed the process of brainstorming for ideas. Do it because you enjoyed the feeling of finally breathing out and being like, okay, another page in my sketchbook that I finally filled that, maybe I'm going to finish it by the end of the year. Do it for the progress that you're going to keep seeing. Do it to get your ideas to life, and do it to be able to relax. Because you finally got all that tension, frustration, rage, love, sadness, whatever it is, out. Okay? And the second part, do it for us. Bitch, do it for me! I want to see what the fuck it is that you created. Yeah. Because let me tell you, I consume art. I love art. I'm also an artist myself, but I also love consuming it. Okay? When I buy a fucking sketchbook and I have a billion of them, empty because I don't want to taint the pages because I'm scared of fucking up, and so then that sketchbook loses its purity and its perfection with my imperfect shit. Whatever. I buy those because they have different designs. Where the fuck do you think that design came from, an artist? I buy tarot decks, a gazillion of them. I'm a tarot reader, I'm an astrologer. I love buying tarot decks, not because they're fucking different, because all of them have the Page of Swords and the Ace of Wands and blah, 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 blah. But I like the different interpretations. I like the different pictures. Bitch, I love the pictures. I love the pictures, okay? I recently started looking into art books from my favorite artists. Okay, and my favorite artist as of right now and for a few years has been Abigail Larson, and I finally invested and I bought her art book. I bought Crimson, and I also plan on buying her sketchbook. Okay, because I love that shit, because it's so pretty, because it inspires me to also create and bring my stuff out into the world. And you know why else? Because she has this view that she puts out into the world of art and of life that I fucking vibe with. It's all gothy and vampires and monsters and haunted forests and haunted castles, and I love me some of that. I love it. It vibes with me. I just feel understood by looking at it and inspired when I look at it as well. That, you know what? You might inspire someone else to create as well, because you had the guts, because it takes guts, bitch. It takes work, it takes perseverance, it takes guts to make art. It takes a fucking lot. It's a lot of work, okay? And you might inspire somebody else to do the same, and to let them know, hey, yeah, this idea, this view that you have, it's okay. We vibe with that. We love that. We want more of that. So put it out there into the fucking world, bitch, because people need it, because people like it, because people might be triggered by it. Because in being triggered, they discover something about themselves. Because in getting sad by it, maybe they realize they have something they need to process. Because maybe you raise awareness as to a specific problem. Because maybe you have them remember something that they thought they lost, okay? A memory from childhood, and it just finally comes back like a scent, bitch. Like, you know, perfume and scents are like the thing that brings back memories the quickest, or whatever, the most vivid memories or whatever. Do it because people need it. Not everyone might like what you put out. Mind you, you don't have to put art out into the world because people like it. You put it out because you feel some type of way, and people who also feel that type of way will be there and be like, I vibe with this, I like this, yeah. It looks like shit, but I vibe with this because I also feel like I feel like shit, so... You know, for example, if you make like creepy art or sad art or whatnot, okay, it evokes something in us that we have lived at some point. And maybe we want to live that again, or maybe it's something that's really ingrained in us, okay? So, bitch, if you don't know why you should do art, do it for you, and I told you why. And do it for people, and I told you why. So go pick up whatever media it is that you work in and let the story flow, bitch. Whether it's in pictures, in words, in musical notes, in whatever the fuck. Let it flow. Because you deserve to be free of it, and the world needs to catch it. I love you. I'll see you next time.